This is how it ends. Oh, man, tell me now. Oh, man, tell me how. Oh, man, tell me now. We'll go back to the other one.
Why don't you tell me what's next? I'll find it.
Sure, weekend working blues. Yeah, but that sort of tells you where I get my material from. I get it from people that are older. I'm the old fellow telling the younger people, you know. I try to tell the kids today to, you know, don't pigeonhole your music. I mean, there's already an Angus out there that plays for AC/DC. Don't play like him, but play his stuff. Don't be shy to play it. Play Beethoven. Play Johnny Cash, anybody. Spread your wings and listen to everybody. And then when you come together, you'll have your own style that people will say, what are you playing? Like, I've played everything from bluegrass, and that's another story. There was a time that the bluegrass circuit kept me alive because that's the only money I had. And let me tell you, boys, it's not easy playing the bluegrass circuit. Those guys are hard and they're fast. But you learn, and you learn quickly. But you have a lot of fun sometimes writing songs. This next song I'm going to do for you was back in our rock and roll days. Country rock is what we played mostly. And whenever we would play it, or when it was played on the radio, people said, oh, he's got a girlfriend. I said, great. They have no idea what the song is about, because nobody does except the songwriter, but if you want to make up your own story of what's in the song, that's great. This song is about my cat. It's a true story. It's about my cat. Well, I'm working on Friday night, baby, Saturday too. When I'm working on Sunday, babe, I don't get no Monday blues. But I'm working on a weekend, babe, I only want to be with you. They're having a party somewhere, baby, Saturday night. I want to be with you all the time like it should be, that ain't right. 'Cause I'm working on a weekend, babe, each and every single night. Yeah, I'm working on Friday night, baby, Saturday too. When I'm working on Sunday, babe, I don't get no Monday blues. 'Cause I'm working on a weekend, babe, only want to be with you. Want to play some, Jeff? See, my wife, she up and left me and walked. She took my family too. My best friend took them, honey. Now all I got left is you. But I'm working on a weekend, babe. Only want to be home with you. I will be working on Friday night, baby, Saturday too. I'll be working on Sunday, baby. Ain't got no Monday blues. But I'm working all weekend, babe, only want to be with you. Hey, someday, baby, gonna go ahead and quit my job. That way I can be with you all the time like it should be on. And next time I'm working a weekend, babe, I'm gonna be working it with you, yeah. And we'll be working on Friday night, baby, Saturday too. When we wake up Sunday morning, we won't have no Monday blues. 'Cause we'll be working all the weekend, babe. We'll be working it with you, yeah. especially the line. But I would like to introduce you my greatest girlfriend in the world, my wife, CJ. She's my back up, my front up, my side up, my pick up, my help up, and the biggest shoulder I got to lean on. It's wonderful. But no, and
I gave him $1 to say that.
you know, you need somebody to prop you up, especially when things go bad. And when CJ picked me up, you would be surprised what she picked up. She picked up quite a piece of gear, I'll tell you. But that's in the past. Since then, her and I worked together. We worked on an album that's been 20 years in the making. It's done very well. It's classed as folk, which I'm fine with. If they want to put it in the genre of folk, that's great. What it is an album of stories of the Stewiacke Valley, basically upper Stewiacke area, because that's where I sort of grew up. Dad was in the Army, so I grew up anywhere across Canada. I'm an Army brat, but our home is in upper Stewiacke. So all the stories on the album are true stories of things that happened in upper Stewiacke. The beauty of being a songwriter is you can take the true story and
Mess it up.
and you said mess it up. No, it's sort of twist it. And you know, one of the most amazing comments when we were going around doing the album and doing, what's it called? The shows for it. Promotion, whatever the word is. But people would come up to me and they would say, where did you get that information? I said, well, just go to the museum in Upper Stewiacke, you know, and there's books up there and all. You got that out of a book? I said, yeah, it's a true story, you know, and there's newspaper clippings, there's all kinds of stuff that'll tell you the whole story. Unless you're like me and you take the story, I'll confess, I'm not a big reader. I love to write, and I write music, stories, plays. I love to do that. And sometimes you take your imagination and see what happens. This is a true story that happened in Upper Stewiacke back, I believe, in the 40s. I can't remember the exact year. But it's a true story about two guys at a sawmill. And back in those days, they had a boiler, so somebody had to stay up all night to keep the fire on the boiler and sort of do watchman, sing around. Anyway, these two guys were in the, what was called the little mill camp. They had a little mill camp there. So it was located right alongside of the river. And to make a long story short, it was in the spring of the year, and the river had ice jammed further up. And you know, you guys live beside the Stewiacke River, you know what happens when the ice lets go, down she comes. And what happened that night was it came so fast that those guys were swept away, they were gone. And they found, I think, their bodies eventually, but not right away. So it is a true story. And another true story about that is I did the CD release in the Upper Stewiacke Museum, and after I did the song, one of the ladies in the audience said, one of those was my uncle. And I thought, oh dear. I said, I'm sorry. I said, I didn't mean to make it sound the way it did. Oh no, she said, I love what you did with it. Because sometimes you got to be careful about how people will interpret stuff. You'll understand when we finish the song. It's called The Footbridge. Footbridge crossed the Stewiacke River, never made a sound. As the figure stole across that night, he never touched the ground. But no one saw that stranger dressed in top hats, spats and tails, who entered in the logging camp while winter winds prevailed. The oil lamp from the Crockett house sent out an eerie glow, but not a trace of footsteps could be seen upon the snow. Spring was coming late this year, but tonight it seemed so warm. The cows grew restless in the barn, they sensed the coming storm. Two men sat in the old mill camp, their cards were in their hands. Their money on the table was rolled up in rubber bands.